Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 5 of my Little Big Year, where I'm trying to document as many species as possible here on my home patch in eastern Massachusetts. The goal is to have 125 species documented in these YouTube videos by the end of 2024. At the end of the last episode, we finished up with 53 species, so we'll pick up the count from there. It's late April now, and a lot of spring migrants are arriving, and I've got a lot of new birds to show you in this episode, so let's jump right into it. First new bird is this nice male blue-winged teal, which showed up during a period of bad weather and unfavorable winds when we weren't getting too many new species, so it gave everyone something to look at for a couple of days. This is one of the less common ducks that we get for some reason at Horn Pond. I was looking at my records and I didn't see one at all last year on my home patch, so it was really nice to get this duck on the list for 2024. On the second day, it ended up spending several hours close to the path here, where everybody got a really nice look at it. And next up is something really special and exciting. My birding buddy had noticed that a great horned owl had been roosting fairly regularly in a particular pine tree here on the home patch. So on a rainy morning, we decided to go out and check it out. And as soon as we arrived at the location, we did see one great horned owl up in the tree with his back to us, just sitting there in the rain. So that was great to get the owl, to get it on video. Bit of an underwhelming view with him facing away from us directly into the heavy branches of the tree. But just after that, we noticed in the next tree over a nest with a female great horned owl and one great horned owlet chick in the nest. So just a spectacular find. We were extremely excited, as you can imagine, to see this, and really just fantastic. As you can see, the female is looking directly at me. She's aware that I'm there. We really don't want to disturb these owls, so after I got this short video clip, we retreated and got out of there, but it was really just such a fantastic sighting. I'd like to point out that the location of this nest actually is in an area that gets a lot of foot traffic nearby, so the owls must be pretty used to having people nearby overall, but hopefully they will not be disturbed and they will be able to raise that baby another month or so in the nest, I think, and that owlet will be ready to fledge. So probably definitely the highlight of the week here for birding, and maybe the highlight of the whole year so far, to see the nesting great horned owl. So that was really exciting. Next up is this double-crested cormorant, which is a common bird here at Horn Pond, especially in the summer. We have a herring run that brings a lot of fish into the main pond in the summer, and birds that like to eat fish can be seen in pretty good numbers, like cormorants, ospreys, gulls. I'll probably talk a little bit more about the herring run in a later video because it's a pretty interesting event that affects the birding here at Horn Pond. In this video clip of the cormorant, you can actually see the two crests on the head that give it its name, the double-crested cormorant. You don't often see that, so that's kind of neat to see. And now, finally, I can show you a few warbler species for the Little Big Year list. Warblers, of course, are synonymous with spring migration, and once you see a few warbler species, it really feels like migration has officially started, or at least kicked into high gear. So here in eastern Massachusetts, we get 3 warbler species that tend to arrive about 2 weeks before the rest of them do. And that is the pine warbler, which you can see in these photographs. And then as well the palm warbler, which you can see here. I got a little bit of video and some pictures of the pine warbler, and also the yellow-rumped warbler. I've seen the yellow-rumped warbler, but I haven't gotten any good photos or videos of it yet, so that'll have to wait for another video. And by the way, I'm going to have to ask you to bear with me when it comes to photographing these warblers. They are small, fast-moving, and can be very difficult to video and even to photograph. So in order to get 125 species this year, I am going to have, I would say, at least 15 warbler species by the end of the year, and that's really going to be a challenge. And not everyone is going to be great photo or video, but I will do my best. Here's another common spring migrant, the eastern phoebe. We get quite a few of those in the early spring, and they like to just perch up, and you can always tell what they are from a distance because of the way they pump their tail up and down when they're perched. And here is a bird that's actually been frustrating me for a while, which is the eastern bluebird. They're beautiful birds. I'd really love to get some good video and photos of them, but I've been having a hard time getting a close-up look at them. So for now, this not so great video is going to have to do. They are about 2 or maybe 4 of them even in the open area on the side of the mountain that I showed in my last video, and I'm pretty sure they are nesting here. So of course I don't want to disturb them by chasing them around too much. So we'll see how it goes. May get some better video by the end of the year. It's always nice when a bird takes off and flies towards you instead of away from you. Ruddy ducks are fairly common migrants that don't often give good close-up views, so I was happy to get this one on video, even though it's swimming along pretty quickly. Mourning doves are, of course, very common birds here on my home patch and everywhere in eastern Massachusetts, and they're probably overdue to be added to the Little Big Year list. And the same thing can be said for house finches. Purple finches, on the other hand, are not common at all here at Horn Pond. They seem to show up sort of randomly with long stretches between with no sightings, and so I was actually quite excited to get some video of this one, even though the video quality is pretty bad. Did get a couple of photographs that I was able to work with and get some decent looks, and you can see what a handsome bird a male purple finch is. This goose was showing off his amazing balancing skill, so I couldn't resist showing that. So that'll wrap up this episode of My Little Big Year. We've gotten the total up to 65 species now. I know a lot more birds are going to be showing up in the coming days and weeks, so I'll keep plugging away with my camera and come back to you soon with another episode. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. See you next time.